and Mega Rabbi for arranging this shiur. Tonight's shiur is dedicated to Refuah Shelema of Rito Pachena and Gabriel Nomi Bat Lea Malka. Telna Rafan Alahem, Refuah Taguf, Refuah Taguf. We're starting with the parasha of this week's, the first parasha. וידבר משה אל ראשי המטות לאמור. איש כי להשם. A man takes a vow, or a שבועה. שבועה להישא על נפשו, לא יחל דברו ככל יצא מפיו יעשה. Now really, a few different types of nedarim. What's a nedar? You say, I want to do something. What's a nedar? So actually, there's a whole Masechet nedarim about the halachot of nedarim. And in Yeshiva, we spent maybe almost a whole day studying the Masechet nedarim. There's 4 different types of nedarim. And if you say, I'm going to come to shul, that's actually not even a neder. That's called the shvuah. I will do. Neder is when you dedicate something to the Beit Mikdash. For example, I would make a neder of this animal I'm going to bring for korban, or I'm going to give this money to the Beit Mikdash. For Kodesh, that is called a neder. Now, first of all, the whole concept of nedarim, you see that the power of a person with his mouth, that a Jew has in his mouth, that he can change something, has a halachic state to change. You make something kadosh. You say this animal is now kadosh. I'm making this harayala neder. I'm going to bring a neder and to bring it. And if someone now uses the animal, either you or someone else, you're already over and it's still doraita, and you have to. There's punishments for it. Now what changed? Before I said this is a neder, you can eat the animal, slaughter it, play with it, whatever you want. Once it becomes kadosh, after I said that it's kadosh, it becomes kadosh. Now where did you get the power to do that? How does a man have a power to make something else kadosh? You can choose which animal you make kadosh. Once you've said it's kadosh, it's kadosh. How do you changed a new mitziut? How do you say it in English? Mitziut. You changed a new. There's a new existence in the world of kedusha.
Reality.
Thank you. There's a new reality in the world. That's what you've changed. And you see really the power that a person has with his mouth, that he can create a reality. And that is the difference really between man and animals. When a man was created, this is Vayipach ba'apav ruach Elokim, and the Targum says ruach b'malala, the power of speech. You see today, the best booksellers, or what they talk about is the positive thinking and positive talking. People that talk to themselves, I believe in myself, I'm happy with myself, I love myself. And the sentences that you come to, positive sentences, this really creates a new reality. I'm getting a message. You're calling me, mate? I think it's from you, no? Maor, Gilad, and Joe.
It is Joe.
Sorry, I'll answer.
Joe can't make it, and Noat said is waiting to join. Accept. Hey, Joe.
Oh, welcome, Joe. Thank you for joining us. We had the late start, so it's still in the beginning of the shiur. So there's actually an ability to create a new reality with his work. Now we see in the mitzvot of the Torah, what's mitzvot we have? We have Torah, Torah, and Torah. 2 things which really with the power. Now, I want to say, when we read the parasha of Nedarim, what does that remind you straight away? Nedarim reminds you of Kol Nidrei. What does it remind you of Kol Nidrei? Soon is coming Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, Yamim Noraim. And this is right, the first warning. Parashat Matot, coming up to the Chagim. Exactly. Excuse me. So, did you ever think about it? The most day in the Jewish calendar, maybe one of the most holiest. What's the first thing that we pray? The tefillah. Kol nidrei. What's kol nidrei? Talk about the nidarim.
So we cancel. So we מתנערים. We cancel. We say that all the nidarim are null and void. So we don't have any constraints, any mental constraint. Nidarim, no shvuot, nothing exists. We come here out of our free will to start this day.
Sorry, excuse me. May, do you want to try and add on Joe? Because he's calling me and I don't want to lose the call.
I'm trying.
You know, I was always wondering this. You start calling Nidrei, the Yom Kippur.
I paused the recording. This bit will miss.
What's it, man?
Okay.
Continue.
Hello.
Hi, Joe. Welcome. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
So we're talking about Kol Nidrei. Why do we open up the whole Kippur, Yom Kippur, with Kol Nidrei, about the Nidarim that we persons made? You know, why is that the most important thing that you want to start with? You've got the whole day of Yom Kippur to do tshuva. There's many things maybe you want to do tshuva about. The first thing we think tshuva is the tshuva of the Nidarim. And that's the opening parsha of this week, of Matot. It talks about the Nidarim. So I want to share with you a beautiful idea. Okay, and everyone, I want to look at the pasuk. Look at the pasuk Gimel. Ish ki dor neder laHashem. Beginning of Parshat Matot. Ish ki dor neder laHashem. When a person makes a vow, a neder laHashem, or shava shvua, or he makes a shvua, a promise, or swear, la'asor yisar al nafsho, to make something asur on him, to desecrate something, to make a prohibition or make something kadosh. La'asor yisar al nafsho. Then this is halacha. Lo yachel devaro. What does it mean, lo yachel devaro? You shouldn't profane his word. That means you should keep your word. Lo yachel devaro. And then the pasuk says, Kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh. What does that mean? Kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh.
Say again.
Kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh.
Everything he say, whenever he makes shvua.
Whatever comes out of his mouth, Yaseh should do. So it seems to be like a superfluous and redundancy. What does it mean, lo yachel devaro? You shouldn't profane your word, you should keep your word. That's what it means, lo yachel devaro. And then it says, so one's negative, don't profane your word, lo yachel devaro. And then it continues and says, you should do whatever comes out of your mouth. And that's
right.
Like a positive. So why do you need both sides? The Torah first tells us the negative, lo yachel devaro, and then tells us the positive, it's the same thing. It's really redundant. I have to keep my word. I can't grow over my word. I can't lo lavor al piv, lo yachel devaro. Don't profane your word.
So it's. I think that you understand Rashi properly. So to forbid yourself from doing something that is mutar, so then you should quit. But to allow yourself something that is sur, then you should not do it.
It's just strengthening the point. Strengthening the.
Yeah. So exactly on a simple level, it's strengthening the point. You're right, Joe. Yeah, mate. Gilad, do you want to explain yourself?
Yeah.
Which
so it's
Rashi-
fairly simple. So it's.
Which Rashi are you referring to?
So this sentence. So essentially, if you are forbidding yourself from doing something that is mutar,
Yeah.
so then you should stick to the neder.
Yes.
But if you allow yourself something that is asur, then you must do it.
No, you can't allow yourself something which is asur. That's not part of Nedarim. You can't allow whatever the Torah is asur is asur. You can't allow yourself something.
So I didn't understand what I meant.
Which Rashi do you mean?
האומר הרי עליי כונם שלא אוכל או שלא עשה דבר פלוני יכול אפילו נשבע שיוכל קורא עליו ככל לצאת תלמוד לומר לאסור.
Where are you? Which Rashi? Which pasuk?
פסוק ג'
Okay. Let's learn it together. I'm not going to eat something, which is mutar. Or I'm not going to do something, which is mutar. Maybe I would think that if I make a shvua that I'm going to eat something not kosher, I'm going to eat McDonald's. אני קורא עליו ככל שיצא מפיו יעשה. תלמוד לומר, the pasuk teaches us לאסור איסר. That you can only לאסור את המותר ולא להתיר את האסור. That's the secret. You can only forbid on yourself something which is allowed.
Okay.
You can't permit yourself to do something which is not allowed. So I'm going to share with you a beautiful idea. Okay, and I was really excited about this. Everyone has their things in life that they pray for. Okay, everyone has what they want, what they want to achieve in life. Everyone has dreams. Everyone has things that you want to change, you want to improve on, right? Person when he's young, so he wants to have a good life, he wants to get married. He prays to get married. He's married, he wants to have children, prays for children. He needs parnasa, he prays for parnasa. I think everyone prays for parnasa. But everyone prays for the health of themselves or their family. And sometimes a person can pray for something for a very long time, and you're still praying for it, and it doesn't happen. Or sometimes you're praying for someone to get better and they don't. Or sometimes you pray for them to get married, and for many years then they're not married. And what's the koach of bracha of the tefillah? The Jew has a koach of tefillah. What happens that they don't get answered? And there's sometimes that people go to a tzaddik for bracha, and the tzaddik gives a bracha and tefillah, and after the tzaddik says the tefillah, immediately there's a Yeshua. Suddenly they get married, they find shulch, or suddenly they have children, or opens up parnasa. And what's the ability of the tzaddik to open up the koach of tefillah? So I want to share with you a beautiful, and this is idea. I want everyone to remember this for the rest of your life, because this is really life changing. Yeah. And the Chafetz Chaim says this. Now I was shocked the first time I heard it, but really it's true and it makes sense. It says that person, koach of tefillah, who has a stronger koach of tefillah? You or the tzaddik? No, they're according to you. Who has a stronger, powerful of tefillah? Is your tefillah better, or the biggest tzaddik in Yerushalayim? This is koach of tefillah.
I have to say tzaddik, but I'm sure there is something behind it, like.
Oh, so very good. So I'll give an example. So the Chafetz Chaim says like this: that every person, when he prays for himself, because he's very close to himself and he loves himself.
I was going to say that if you pray for someone else, it depends what the prayer is. Tzaddik or layman, it's the prayer itself. If you pray for someone else, then it's more meaningful.
So exactly. Oh, you said that's exactly the right word.
If tzaddik prays for himself, and a normal person prays for someone, power for the normal person is more powerful.
So the power of prayer depends more
likely to be answered.
Oh, so how do we explain that? The power of prayer depends on how genuine the prayer is and how deep it is. Karov Hashem lechol asher yikra'uhu be'emet. We say that in Ashrei, right? Ashrei yishvei v'techa. We say Karov Hashem lechol kora'av. Karov Hashem is close. Lechol kora'av, to whoever calls out to him.
lechol asher yikra'uhu be'emet.
Be'emet. That means he's genuine in the tefillah. That when a person cries, when you pray for your friend, it's not pray for me. Okay, I'll pray you shall have parnasa. But when you pray for yourself, you pray, please Hashem, I need badly. I need it for myself. When you have that genuine prayer, that's very strong. And the Chafetz Chaim says that your prayer for yourself, because of the depths of how genuine it is, has more power of tefillah than even the tzaddik when he prays for you. Because the tzaddik prays for you because he loves you and he wants every Jew to be well and he wants every Jew to be married. But not as much as you want for yourself, how much you want to have children, how you want to get married to yourself. Now, that's already stage one. Stage two, the Chafetz Chaim says, you know why sometimes a person can pray for many years and he not get answered, and he goes to the tzaddik and the tzaddik will answer his tefillah? How can that be?
Something is blocked.
Oh, very good. Where'd you get that from, Mo? You just thought of it. Okay.
Something blocked in the, in the channels. Something
in the channels. So I'm saying how the Chafetz Chaim explains it. He says, what's the tool? What's the kli? He calls it a kli. A kli is a tool. What's the kli? The tool that you use for tefillah. How do you pray? With your mouth. Exactly. With your mouth. With your mouth. Because that is the pair is the mouth, that's the kli, the tool you use for tefillah. Some people, they pray with their eyes. Okay? Eyes is not what you pray with, right? Some people, they think about praying. But really tefillah is tefillah b'peh. Like also the main limud Torah is also b'peh. Of course also the tefillah has to be with your heart, not only with your mouth. And limud Torah has to be also with your brain, not just with your mouth. But the mouthpiece, it's the piece which makes it tefillah. And so what happens if a person has a tool which is pagum? Okay, how do you say pagum? Gilad? It's full.
Defected.
Thank you, defected. Thank you, it's my Google Translator, Gilad. Thank you very much. It's defected. Right, imagine you have a screwdriver. Okay, so you've got the simple plain screwdriver, you've got electric screwdriver, right? 12 volts. It goes fast. It's just, you can do you can build the whole cupboard in 5 minutes with an electric one. But if it's defected, you're better off with the simple one that works. It goes slowly, it goes weaker, but at least it works. You've got a very powerful tool, but it's defected. So the Chafetz Chaim says about the mouthpiece. He talks about lashon hara. A person has a mouth which is kadosh. It's meant to be used for tefillah. It's meant to be used for limud Torah. It changes in a new reality. Let's see if you see there's a book of Rav Zamir Cohen. Rav Zamir Cohen, you can look it up also on the internet. He has a website in Dabrut. And he talks about the effects of the power that a bracha has. You see, he used a special camera which can take image of the force fields, magnetic fields around the person. And he sees that when a person puts on tefillin or makes a bracha, even on a drink of water, you see there's a different magnetic field around it. He's created a new reality with his words. And the words is something which creates new things. When we say, Zechor et Yom HaShabbat lekodsho, the Torah says you have to remember the Shabbat. How do you remember it? Remember it with words, with saying Kiddush. You have to make Kiddush on Shabbat. When we say Tizkor et Zecher Amalek, right? So how do we do that? By remembering it, we have to say it. When we say it, we're creating a new reality. And they use this also in psychology. There's a method that they use to treat people. They find out, what's the emotional problem with them, or the psychological problem with them, and they give them the right sentences. And you say, you have to repeat this every day. Okay? And I've seen this, people done it. I'm a happy person, I will be happy today. In these simple words, I'm smart, I'm an intelligent person, I can do things. And this is true, changes reality in a person. And that's the power of words, the power of your mouth. But what happens if that is defected? How does it become defected? So the Chafetz Chaim says by talking lashon hara, or talking things that are forbidden, profaning your mouth, cursing, talking badly, maybe offensive things to people. That is already making a mouthpiece defected or faulty. Now you want to use it for tefillah, and it's broken. It doesn't work anymore. So he said that is when you make a neder. When a person makes a neder, said, I will donate money for the synagogue. I'm going to give £100. Now you've created that, and you've made that with your mouth. Now if you don't fulfill that, you
just reminded me, I was in synagogue.
Oh, so very good. So if you just said that, now listen to this, Joe, listen. If you made that, if you don't fulfill your word, what have you done? You've made your mouthpiece faulty. So now you come to prayer, and you say, Hashem, please pray, I want parnasa. So Hashem said, listen, your mouthpiece is broken. Your tefillah is broken. So what does a person need to do? If a person, he is committed to fulfill his word, he doesn't profane his word. When he promises something, he says something, he's going to keep it. If I say I'm going to meet you, I'll be there I'm going to meet you at 4 o'clock. I'm coming to Bet Midrash, and I will be there because I said I'm going to be there. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And you keep to your word. ככל אשר יצא מפיו יעשה. What does it mean? ככל אשר יצא מפיו בתפילה, השם יעשה. He's לא יחל דבר. A person who doesn't profane his word and he looks after his mouthpiece, then his tefillah is answered. ככל אשר יצא מפיו, anything that comes out of his mouth in tefillah, Hashem ya'aseh. There's a completely new understanding of the pasuk. It's a completely imaging. That means a person will be able to have all his prayers and everything, his desires, his prayers all fulfilled just by keeping his word. That's what the pasuk is teaching us. So with that, we got completely new understanding on Yom Kippur. What are we doing on Yom Kippur? It's a whole new day. 25 hours of fasting. What do we do?
We should do every week, though, no? We should do Atarat every week.
So Atarat al-Darim is, on some level of Pushad, they do every week. But our minhag is to do also on Rosh Hashanah, Chodesh Elul, and Erev Kippur. But according to what we understand now, it makes new sense. Because we're spending a whole day praying, we want to make our prayers accepted. We don't want to have a faulty mouthpiece when we're praying on Yom Kippur. So before that, we do Kol Nidrei. We do a tikkun on all the nedarim and everything that we've promised and we've done and we haven't fulfilled. We want to be able to keep it, and that's why we do Kol Nidrei first. And then the whole next day of prayer is on a high level to be more accepted.
Very nice.
So that was a beautiful day. I was very happy with that. Now I want to tell you Chidush Salam. Some people they come to shul and they donate, and they promise they're going to donate. The next day, come Sunday morning, they already come to the Gabai with give him a check. And but some person he knows he's going to donate money on shul on Shabbat. He comes on Friday, the day before. He brings his check to the synagogue, and straight away after Motzei Shabbat Avdalah, comes to the Gabai as a check. So then what happened? We just 30 seconds ago was Shabbat. Said, yeah, I know, but I had money prepared. So why did you do that? So I want to tell you something. There is a law in halachic law, and there's a mitzvah doraita. Somebody works in your house. Okay, so let's say, comes to fixes your window. Yeah, gets a gilad. You order someone to put in a window. He does the work for you, and he says, okay, I need to charge you. How much is it going to cost? Okay, let's say £100. Okay, when are you going to pay me? I'll pay you tomorrow. So no, it's a mitzvah doraita. You have to pay him today. If he did the work today,
no, so it's schir yom.
The schir yom is bad telling. Beyomot titen scharo. If he did work for you today, it's not when you buy things. When you buy things, it's different. You can buy on credit. But if he did work for you today, then you have a mitzvah beyomot titen scharo. Right? So Joe, let's say one that you're fitting in alarms. You fit in alarms for people. So you come to my house and you do the job. It takes you, I don't know, half an hour, 1 hour to do the job. Now you're finished. I need to pay you now, or you can pay you at the end of the week.
Well, then my customers, I've got people that can be a month, 2 months. Ideally, my terms say payment on completion.
Oh, exactly. And the Torah says the same thing. A person does work. I want to get paid. You ever go to the barber, you get a haircut. Okay, it's finished the haircut, now pay. Say, no, I'll pay you at the end of the week. He said, what do you mean? I'll be just cutting your hair, you're finished, now pay me now. That's the mitzvah of B'yomot titen scharo. Now, that is when someone does work for you. What happens if you take a loan? Okay, so let's say I said, Hamoud, what's your name?
New student, Imri.
Imri, welcome to the Shiur, Imri.
Imri.
So let's say I can ask Imri, please, I need some money, can you lend me £50? What would you say, Imri? You say, B'chavod Rabbi, here's £50. Now, when do I need to pay back? What's the mitzvah? How long do I have to pay back?
When you can, no? First opportunity when you can, no?
First opportunity. So let me ask you a question, okay? Let's say I didn't have an opportunity yet. When are you allowed to ask for the money? After a day, after a week, 2 weeks?
The lender?
Yeah, the lender, yeah.
Until you need it. Until you need it.
Never.
You never ask for it. So there is actually a mitzvah of lo tiyeh kelo kenoshe. You can't, if you know somebody that he doesn't have the money, then there's this, you can't just go to him all the time asking for money if you know he can't pay you. If he can pay you and he just forgot, then of course you're allowed to remind him. But the Gemara says stam halva'a 30 yom. If you didn't say a time when to pay back, so the stam halva'a is 30 days, 1 month to pay back. If you agreed a time and you say, listen, I'll pay you back on Sunday, or I'll pay you back in a week, or I'll pay you back in a year. If you agreed a time, that's fine. If you agreed a time. Also, if somebody does work on a day, for example, Joe, let's say you're fitting an alarm and you agree on a time, that's also fine. When you don't say anything, it takes a month. So when someone works for you, you have to pay on the day, before sunset. Before it gets dark, once it's night time, you missed the mitzvah. You should have kavanah also when somebody, let's say if you take a taxi and you pay the money on time, so have a kavanah when you pay the driver, I'm doing the mitzvah d'oraita of biyamot ken scharo. You're fulfilling the mitzvah. It's completely different when you think about doing the mitzvah or you just do it without thinking. Completely different. The reward is different and it changes you differently. When you pay the plumber or the electrician or somebody comes, you pay him on time, on the day, you have kavanah, I'm doing the mitzvah to pay you on time. So that's when someone does something for you. Paying on time is on the day. If you borrow money for a loan, we said if there's no time agreed, then it's 1 month. What happens if you make a neder to the Beit HaMikdash or to the synagogue? Let's say Rosh Hashanah, I buy Ptichat HaParnasah. For my good friend, I buy for Meir Gabbai, I buy him Bezrat Hashem, £500, I buy for Ptichat HaParnasah. Now when do I have to pay? I have to pay on the day? I have to pay in 1 month? Or pay a week? What would you say for that? How long do I have?
Soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Okay, but I'm always busy. You may have to make time for these things. If you don't get it done, then you're not going to do it. How long do you have, Gilad?
Sorry, I didn't hear the question again. My apologies.
The question is when you make a neder for the Bet Knesset, or the community, or for the yeshiva, you have rabbis. Yeah, I will make a pledge. Or you buy Ptichat HaParnasah or Ne'ilah for £100 or for £500. When do you have to
So before Rosh Hashanah, you need to do it.
So you're saying what? How long do you have?
Before Rosh Hashanah.
You're saying by the end of the year, you have to make sure you paid.
Yeah.
As soon as you have the money, as soon as you can, sooner the better.
The sooner the better. But wait a second, Gilad, if I buy a Rosh Hashanah Ptichat HaParnasah, so you're saying I have a whole year till next Rosh Hashanah to pay?
As I recall, it's something that we talked about in the past in Porat Yosef, but maybe I'm wrong, right?
Okay, so it could be the Porat Yosef has different
credit terms.
Credit terms, yeah. It could be that it's different credit terms.
Basically what you do, like you want to open the Parnasah, so you make the Parnasah and then you can pay for it.
So very good. So you're waiting for the Parnasah.
So that's called a short selling, right? So that's a short position. So basically, you buy an asset without having him.
Right. Now, can I tell you a halacha, which is like this? There's two opinions in the Gemara, but I'm sure every synagogue will accept donations, even from previous years after Rosh Hashanah has passed. I'm sure they'll be very happy to accept donations from pledges even more than a year ago. But the Torah, the Gemara has two opinions. One opinion is by the regel, the first regel. That means Sukkot, Pesach, or Shavuot. When it comes for time for the regel, that's time to pay, right? So if I let's say make an neder now, so I go until Sukkot to pay. That's one opinion. The second opinion is three regalim. 3 regalim is Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuot, which means if I made a neder on Rosh Hashanah, so Sukkot already passed, Pesach already passed, and Shavuot already passed. After these 3 regalim, I'm already over in Isur Doraita of Lo Yachel Devaro. This is a biblical transgression. It's a Doraita. If you didn't pay already for what you bought on Rosh Hashanah, by the time it comes to Shavuot, according to all the opinions, you have transgressed this mitzvah Doraita of Lo Yachel Devaro. And that person, he has Chaz v'Shalom, a mouth, a peh which is pagum. So I hope, Joe, your commitment is already not from Rosh Hashanah. Then you go still pay it. So I asked the Dayan today. I asked him actually yesterday. I asked the Dayan. I said, listen, what about Gabbai? If he's got still donations from the shul, from Rosh Hashanah, people didn't pay it. You got the people who's a Zariz and he comes to pay straight away. But what happens? Didn't pay. So he said to me that the Gabbai has to claim from him the money, and the Gabbai Bet Knesset should take him to Beit Din. Take him to Beit Din. Why you didn't pay what money you promised on Rosh Hashanah? So I said to him, listen, Rabbi, you can't start fighting with people taking them to Beit Din of the synagogue. People are going to stop coming to the synagogue if you take them to Beit Din. So donation money. So he said to me, listen, what happens if somebody comes to the shul and he steals a chair? What are you going to do? He steals a chair.
The check.
So he said, so he said you're going to take him to Beit Din. He said the same thing. If you promised money and you didn't pay it, you're stealing from the shul, because somebody else could have bought the Ptichat HaParnasah and they would have paid it. And now that you've taken money and you didn't pay it, the shul is losing money. You have 3 regalim, and then it's mitzvah to pay back. So that's what the Dayan told me. But according to what we're saying, it's a completely different lesson. When you fulfill your word, then you're giving power to your mouth. Because your mouth says things which you fulfill. So when your mouth says things in tefillah, Hashem will also now fulfill what you're saying. And that's like Hashem tilcha al yad yaminecha. Hashem is your shadow on your right hand. Okay? Hashem tilcha al yad yaminecha, that your hand, that's a shadow. If you do something and you fulfill your word of your mouth, Baruch Omer v'oseh, Baruch Gozer u'mkayem, you fulfill what you say, then Hashem will come back and reciprocate and fulfill your tefillah. So B'ezrat Hashem, we should all have improved on that aspect of fulfilling our nedarim and mitzvot. And B'ezrat Hashem, all our tefillah answered much quicker, much easier, without even having to go to any special things. So that was one parasha of Nedarim. Now, next parasha, I want you to turn to the chapter Lamed Aleph. Melchemet Midyan. Remember, we had the whole episode of Balak and Bilam, and then we had the story of Benot Midyan, and they made Am Yisrael do Averot. And there was a plague and killed Zimri. That was the whole Maasei Zimri. So now look at the pasuk. Vayidaber Hashem el Moshe lemor, a new commandment. Nekom nikmat bnei Israel. Now I want to make an observation. Look very carefully to the words. Pasuk bet. Nekom nikmat bnei Israel. What does that mean? Take vengeance for bnei Israel met Midyanim. From the Midyanim. Now look what it says after that. Vayidaber Moshe el Am lemor. What does Moshe tell the people? Go take for yourselves men from the army. You are Midyan. What does it say? Letet nikmat Hashem b'Midyan. What does it mean, nikmat Hashem?
Nikmat Hashem.
The vengeance for Hashem. What's different between that? What Hashem said to Moshe and what Moshe said to Israel? Let's do it again. Let's read it again. Pasuk bet. V'yidaber Hashem el Moshe. What does Hashem say to Moshe? Nekom nikmat b'nei Israel. Take vengeance and revenge for b'nei Israel. Why do you need to take revenge for b'nei Israel? Because the Midyanim, they made Am Yisrael do Averot. They made them do Chet. So now you have to take back, and this is time to make war on Midyan. They made you sin with Avodah Zarah. They made you sin with Giloi Arayot. And now it's time to take the vengeance of Bnei Israel. But Moshe, when he talks to Am Yisrael, what does he say to them? He should take men for yourselves for the army. V'yu al Midyan latet nikmat Hashem b'Midyan. Take vengeance for Hashem on Midyan. לפי שעומד כנגד ישראל כאילו עומד כנגד הקדוש ברוך הוא. He says to Am Yisrael, listen, Hashem wants you to take revenge for Midyan. Take vengeance for Am Yisrael. He said, listen, we don't need to take revenge. We said, listen, if someone makes Am Yisrael sin, then they've not done a sin against Israel, they've also done a sin against Hashem. So you see Moshe switches around. Do you see that? Do you see that in the Pasuk? Hashem says, take vengeance for Israel. But Moshe tells Am Yisrael, take vengeance for Hashem. Because someone is taking vengeance for Am Yisrael, if you do something against Am Yisrael, you do something against Hashem. So that's why he calls it nikmat Hashem. But you see here a very important lesson. That Hashem, who does he care about? He doesn't care about himself. I don't care about my kavod. I care about the kavod for Am Yisrael. Look what they did to you. Nikmat Yisrael. I wanted to take revenge for Am Yisrael. That's what I care about. And look at the beauty of Moshe. What does he care about? When Moshe talks to Am Yisrael, what does he say? He says, listen, we care about the vengeance for Hashem. We care about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's the Chilul Hashem over here. Forget about us. We want to talk about Chilul Hashem. Now, I wanted to point your attention to Pasuk Vav. וישלח אותם משה 1000 למטה לצבא אותם את פנחס בן אלעזר בן הכהן. Moshe, what does he do? וישלח אותם. Moshe sends 1000 למטה לצבא. From each 1,000 he takes to the army. And who's leading the army? Who's leading the army against Midyan? The Pasuk says, Pasuk Vav, Pinchas ben Elazar HaKohen. Now why would you say over here, Moshe is sending Pinchas to the army against Midian? Why is it not Moshe going himself? If Hashem tells you go and to fight a war against Midian, so why are you sending Pinchas? Why don't you go yourself? Any ideas?
I read Rashi, so.
Muhammad?
Like by Rashi, it's because of Pinchas he started when he killed Kasbi Batsur, like התחיל במצווה, אז now we to finish the mitzvah.
Exactly. That's what Rashi says. That's beautiful. And very good, Mao. That's how you should learn Chumash. You should learn that. When you learn Chumash, straight away you learn Rashi. That's how you learn. And I'm very happy about that. So Rashi tells us one idea. He said, you know why Moshe didn't do it himself? Because he says, listen, who started the revenge against Midian? It was Pinchas. Pinchas was matchil b'mitzvah. He started mitzvah, so he continued. But the Rabbeinu Bachai says something else. Do you remember the history of Moshe Rabbeinu? What did Moshe Rabbeinu have to do with Midian?
So he didn't want to do it. So הכרת הטוב, not to do כפיות טובה. So.
Why כפיות טובה?
Because they kept he stayed with them for 80 years or 40 years. I don't remember the exact number, but he was married to Tzipora, or he's married to Tzipora, right? Midian. And he's Kohen Midian.
Exactly. So who says that? Who says that? This is Pirush of Rabbeinu Bachai. Rabbeinu Bachai, he wrote a beautiful Pirush on the Torah, Chidushei Rabbeinu Bachai, and he says, you know why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't go fight with Midian? Of course he wanted to do the mitzvah. But he says, listen, I ran away from Mitzrayim, from Paro. Where did I go? I went to Midian. Midian, they took me in, they gave me water to drink, they fed me, I married a woman from Midian, I lived there in Midian. I can't now go out and fight against Midian. Where's my Karat Tov?
Wasn't also
No.
It's the same like with Eser HaMakot, when Moshe didn't eat.
Excellent. Oh, you're on fire tonight. You make me very happy. Oh, excellent. Where did Moshe Rabbeinu learn it from? Where did he learn this halakha from? Hashem says, go and fight the war of Midian. Moshe Rabbeinu says, listen, I can't. It's my home team. I grew up there. I can't fight them. He said, so what? Hashem says, go fight. You go fight. Where did you learn this from? Where did you get the idea from of Hakarat Tov not to go fight and punish Midian? Midian deserve punishment. They deserve punishment. So what? They deserve punishment. Go punish them. Who cares? If I punish them or Pinchas punishes them, what's the difference? So where did he learn it from? B'chavod Ma'or.
With Makat Dam.
Excellent. Makat Dam and Makat Sfardea and Makat Kinim. The first 3 plagues, Hashem said to Moshe, this is not for you. This is for Aaron HaKohen. Aaron is going to take the stick and do Makat Dam. Why? Because the river Nile was the water that protected him when he was a baby. And he says, it's not Karat Tov now to go and punish now the river Nile and the Egyptians through the water which saved you. And the frogs also from the Nile. And the kinim came out from the sand of the ground where you buried the Mitzri. So you need to have a Karat Tov Moshe Rabbeinu, and you don't do these plagues. And that's why we learn that a person, if you drink water from a bowl, then don't throw rocks in the same bowl which you drank water from. Now here you see the Chidush, even though Midian deserved the punishment, but it's not for Moshe Rabbeinu to punish them. And here you see a big lesson. That Moshe Rabbeinu, he had the idea of Hakarat Tov. But we don't do things according to our own idea or imagination. If you think what's morally correct, you have to find a proof from the Torah. And the Torah tells us what's ethical and what is moral conduct. And when we see from the Torah that teaches us that even if someone deserves punishment, and you're there to give the punishment, if you have to have a Hakarat Tov, Moshe Rabbeinu, then even if you're Moshe Rabbeinu, you don't do it, and you give it to someone else. And that's where Moshe Rabbeinu learned it from, to give to Pinchas. Otherwise, he do it himself. We're not up to ourselves to decide what's right and what's wrong, what's good or what's bad. The Torah tells us what's good or what's bad. And if the Torah tells us this concept of hakarat tov, so even somebody who maybe deserves the punishment, you need to do it. That is the lesson that we learn here from Moshe Rabbeinu. That he grew up in Midian, and now even when he needs to fight the Midian for avenging Nekama Hashem and for Nekamat Israel, he's not going to go and fight against Midian, and that's why he sends Pinchas. And now another beautiful lesson. The Torah in this week's parasha tells us the halacha of kashering the utensils of the kelim. What happens when you buy a new frying pan? You go to Tesco, buy a frying pan, or Phoenix, or you go to Brent Cross, you buy yourself a new pot. Oh, you have to tovel it. So where do we learn that from? Yeah, we learn from this week's parasha. This week's parasha. Let's turn to Parak Lamed Aleph, Pasuk Chaf Aleph. And something which is produced by a non-Jew, you take it before a Jew brings it into his house, where your house is full of kedusha.
What if it's produced by a Jew? Do you have to tovel it?
It's produced by a Jew, then has the kedusha of the Israel, and you don't need to tovel it. You don't kasher it.
What about chad pami?
Oh, very good. So there's a big machloket about chad pami. We don't tovel chad pami, which is plastic. It's machloket in opinions, but if you want to know the shita of our Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, is we don't tovel chad pami. There is an exception. Listen, there's some opinions which say you do, some say you don't. If it's cheap plastic or cheap paper, no one says you have to tovel. The only machloket is with, let's say, aluminium. That's machloket. And a hard plastic, let's say like a mug from plastic, that's machloket. But even then, his opinion says we don't need to. So everyone according to what you want to do. Let's say just an idea about the aluminium tray, let's say, using a chad pami for the oven. So because it's metallic, according to some opinions, and I think it's also the opinion of Rabbi Ovadia, that you should be tovel. What you could do is, if say you can fold it. The aluminium is fold. You can play with it with your hands. If you fold it in, and now it's not really a kli that can hold because you just fold it in the sides, then you've made it unusable. If you fold it and open it again, when you've opened it, now you've made it into a kli.
You created it.
And then your Jews created it. If the Jews created it, then they need to be tovel. Because you made it unusable, and then you made it reusable. And if it's a Jew makes it usable...
So does that mean with... if let's say you've got a coffee jar, glass, and you decide that you want to keep it.
Oh. So this is also Mechalagad. So Chacham Ben Zion, in Or Letzion, he says also this var about the coffee jar specifically. And he says that the kli is used for emptying out the coffee. And he says that if you want to use it again, if you want to reuse it, then when you put something in it, now you've made it into a kli which is now reusable. Before it was just disposable, and now you've made it reusable by putting something in it. So he said once you make a Jew makes it, then he doesn't need to do tefillah. Okay, that was a side halachic digress on the very interesting tefillat kelim. I actually got a nice shiur about it. Maybe we'll keep it for another day. So let's go back to this parasha. Pasuk Chaf Aleph. ויאמר אלעזר הכהן לאנשי הצבא הבאים למלחמה. זאת חוקת התורה. This is the חוקת התורה שציווה השם אל משה. את הזהב, הכסף, את הנחושת. Any metal, gold, silver, or נחושת, copper. את הברזל, the iron, את הבדיל, the lead, בדיל, עופרת is lead, בדיל, the tin. כל דבר אשר יבוא באש, anything that goes in the fire, תעבירו באש, you have to purify it through fire, if it's used. ותארך במי מידה, and put in a mikveh to be טובלת. כל אשר לא יבוא באש, תעבירו במים. וכיבסתם בגדיכם ביום השביעי. This is all the halachot of Midian. Question, Joe?
Nope.
Okay. So who told us the parasha? Who teaching us the laws of halachot of kelim? Who is teaching it? Elazar HaKohen. Who normally teaches the halacha in the Torah? Moshe Rabbeinu. So what happened? Why now it's Elazar and not Moshe? No, what you want to think about that? Moshe is teaching us every halacha in the Torah. So we get to this halacha of Midian, and the Torah says, "Vayomer Elazar HaKohen." He says the halacha. Where did Elazar come from? Why is Moshe not teaching it?
You're still allowed to. You can still have other opinions.
Well, but it's unusual. We need to explain and understand why is it unusual. You know, the Torah said every time Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching the Torah, suddenly now the Kohen is coming to teach the Torah. Come on, Maor.
Maybe because he already gave the power to Yeshua bin Nun.
Yeah, but Moshe is still around over here. He's still the leader, and even if he gave it to Yeshua, so why is it Yeshua saying halacha? Why is it Elazar?
Because it's not the Kohen's role to do the letter.
Ah, very nice idea. Gilad have the saying, very interesting idea, that the Kohen is his job to letter. So we find that legabe tzarat, the Kohen.
Tzarat and paraduma also.
Nachon, also paraduma, very good. Very good. So you're saying here, we also explained that why we Elazar.
Still a karatov.
Oh, go on, explain that karatov, go on.
Because the kelim that we're koshering are from Midian, so still got a taste of the having taken it from them. Moshe doesn't want to take part in telling them how to use what they took.
And also maybe because Kohen, by definition, is not someone who spilled blood, so he's better positioned than Moshe, who killed people, to talk about Tahara. So it's again, I'm just trying to find the rule here.
Right.
Obviously, Kohen that is pure.
Purity, you need to be pure yourself.
What was the
That's
yeah.
What are you saying here?
What was the pasuk?
So
the pasuk is pasuk Chaf Aleph. Maor.
Yeah, I'm just reading the Rashi, but my thinking maybe because some of the shalal is gonna be used for Bet Hamikdash, like for Avodat Kodesh. It's gonna be used for by the Kohen itself.
Okay.
So for example, sorry.
Go on. Okay.
No,
so
as with David and Shlomo, that David couldn't build the Bet Hamikdash because he he was a warrior and he killed people.
Okay.
So
you're saying it talks about the Kohen. So you're saying like more that's used for the Mikdash. But here we're talking about people, they're going to the war. They went to Midian. Now you're in the Midian and you see like a nice spoon. You say, okay, this is good for my cornflakes. I'm taking this home. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So Elazar says, this spoon which you're taking home, not for the Mikdash. You want to use a spoon to eat your cornflakes, you have to tovel it. First kosher it, make sure it's kosher. You put it in fire or whatever you need if it's there, and then you can eat it, tovel it in the mikveh and you can eat it. Why is Moshe teaching us? So I wanted to draw the attention to this Rashi. We're going to learn Rashi, and we're going to learn lesson. This is another lesson in life. ויאמר אלעזר הכהן, בכבוד מאור.
לפי שבא משה לכלל כעס, בא לכלל טעות, שנתעלמו ממנו הלכות גאולי נוכרים.
Yeah, just stop there. Okay, now explain. What did you read?
He got angry.
Thank you, Mayor. Speak up, Mayor.
He got angry.
So he got angry.
So he forgot.
And he forgot.
The halakha. He forgot the halakha.
Rashi telling us that he got angry and he forgot halakha. So when a person gets angry, okay, so not only does your blood go to your head and it rushes, right, and you heated, you heat up, maybe you're shouting, but actually heats up your brain and fries your memory. You forget, you make mistakes. And he says even Moshe Rabbeinu, who was the leader of Am Yisrael, when he got angry, he forgot. And he forgot this halakha.
But Netanel, I must tell you that science proves otherwise. So you should know that recent research, massive research, okay, like Harvard-based serious research, indicate that when you are angry, which makes a lot of sense scientifically, you are sharper. So you better think when you are a bit
what's the backup?
Angry. But it makes perfect sense. When you're angry or you're intense, you have your survival instinct coming into play.
Okay,
then obviously your senses are sharper. Okay. But it's a different part of your brain, right?
Yeah, we're talking about using your brain when you're angry, not just instinct when you're angry.
Okay,
I don't think it's about memory. I think it's about that when you're angry. So spiritually, you are very low because when you're angry, it's almost like avodat elilim, being angry. When you're angry, it's 100%. It's very simple also to explain, and then you're not in a position to teach halachot, right?
Oh, very good. Why'd you say that?
Because you need to be in the right place, with the right connection to teach halachot. How can you teach halachot when you are oved avodah zarah, when you're angry?
So we're going to talk about this a little bit. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avot says also what you're saying, Gilad. Lo hakabdan melamed. Lo hakabdan melamed. You can't teach when you're angry. But I want to talk a little bit about anger, and we're going to also talk about the scientific proofs for it. But over here, learning from Rashi HaKadosh. Rashi is telling us like this: when a person comes into anger, he comes into mistake. Now, a person knows this about himself. You get angry, okay? You make mistakes. You say things that you regret. Afterwards, you end up apologizing. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I said things that I shouldn't have said, and I did things that I shouldn't have done, and I made the decision when I was angry, and afterwards you regret it. That's fact. A person makes mistakes when he's angry. Now, what are you talking about when a person's adrenaline runs and becomes more alert and more sensitive to make decisions? That is one of the chesed that Hashem made with a person. When a person feels threatened, when he feels threatened, then automatically the blood rushes to the brain and you become more alert and sensitive to defend yourself. But here we're talking about a different aspect of anger. And he said when the anger comes to a person, it goes to his head and he forgets halachot. And this is the Gemara says this. Rashi is telling us. Where do we see that Moshe got angry? Where did he get angry?
No, it's where would he say Amorim, Shimon Amorim.
Oh, so that was before. So Rashi says a few examples of it. וכן אתה מוצא בשמיני למילואים, ויקצוף אלעזר על איתמר, בא לכלל כעס, בא לכלל טעות, וכן שמעון האמורים. ויח את הסלע. That's when he hit the rock. How did Moshe Rabbeinu make a mistake? He got angry, he made a mistake. That's what Rashi says. But here we're talking about specifically in this parasha. Turn back one page, or maybe into what the pasuk.
Yud Gimel.
Oh, very good. Oh, very good. ויצא משה ואלעזר הכהן בכל נסיעה ידע לקראתם אל מחוץ למחנה. פסוק י"ד, what does it say?
ויקצוף משה.
על פיקודי החיל. What was he angry about?
They brought women like from the war, no? Women, some children, like male children.
Exactly. Who brought back the women? Pikudei HaChayil means the officers and the commanders of the army. So Moshe Rabbeinu, he's sending an army to Midian. Why? To take revenge from the Midianim, because they made them do sins. They sent girls to make them do avodah zarah. They sent girls to do avodah gilui arayot. Now he's sending them the army, and they're coming back with the girls. Moshe is getting crazy. What do you mean? What are you doing? I sent you there to kill them because of the girls. They made you do avirah with the girls, and you're bringing back the girls. Vayiktzov Moshe.
Right, it's similar to Shaul HaMelech.
To
Shaul HaGag.
Similar, but it's slightly different here, because why is Moshe getting angry about? Because the very reason why you went to kill, you're bringing it back now to the army. So in the case of Shaul, he was commanded to kill everyone. But here, you're bringing back the main thing that made you do the Avirah. So now, was Moshe justified in getting angry with the soldiers? 100% right. Moshe is right. They are 100% wrong. It's not like he got angry with them by mistake. You're supposed to tell them off.
Yeah, they were supposed to go and linkom nikmat Hashem.
Yeah. Look at Rashi says, Memunim alachayim. Why did he get angry with the commanders and the officers of the war? Who talked about the girls? The soldiers, the young soldiers. They saw a pretty girl, they took her home. He gets angry with the commanders. Why did he get angry with the commanders of the war?
Because it's their responsibility. It's obvious.
Oh, who said that? Who said responsibility?
But it's obvious.
Oh, Gilad, it's obvious. Look at Rashi says, למדרך שכל סירחון הדור תלוי בגדולים. שיש כוח בידם למחות. What does it mean, יש כוח בידם למחות? You have the power and ability to make an objection, to make a protest. למחות. If you don't object and make a protest, then it's your fault. You're the officer of the army. You see the soldiers taking back the girls. You say, no, we're not taking that. These are the people giving up. That's why Moshe blames them. So was Moshe right and correct in getting angry with them? Of course he was. Of course he was right. So if he's right, why is he forgetting? If he's right for getting angry, why is he forgetting the halakha? And here you see a lesson that chaos and anger is like fire. If a fireman goes into a house to save children, he goes to save them. He's doing a mitzvah, he does a mitzvah. Does he get burnt by the fire? The fire burns everyone. The fire doesn't care if you're tzaddik or not tzaddik. If you're doing the right thing or not the right thing, the fire is going to burn you. So Moshe Rabbeinu, when he got angry, even if he's getting angry about the right thing, but anger itself makes a person to mistake and makes him forget. He's forgetting this. And you see that is the objection, the effect of anger, that it works like fire. Now I'm going to share with you a beautiful chiddush. That is why Elazar had to teach the halachot of Klei Mitzvah, of Tvilat Kelim. Because Moshe forgot the halakha because he got angry. The Mishnah in Perkei Avot said, Lo kapdan melamed. Somebody who gets angry, or is kapdan, he can't teach. Why? So the normal explanation is Pshat HaPashut. You have a student, you have to be patient, you have to be savrani, explain it to him, doesn't understand, you explain it to him again. If he asks a question in the middle, you have to speak to, give it him attention and answer his question.
And also sometimes when you stick to the finest details, you miss the principal components. And then, because there is ikar v'tafel. When you kapdan, sometimes you put too much emphasis on the tafel and not the ikar.
Emphasis.
But how do you explain that in kapdan? Kapdan is somebody who's getting patient.
When you're kapdan, you are strict. Kapdan, you are strict. But when you are too strict, sometimes you would put too much effort and emphasis on the tafel, and you miss the ikar. And the ikar is the point, not the tafel.
Very interesting. So you also need to be that. Make sure you get the right thing done, 100% right. But now, according to what we're saying now, we're learning a new explanation of the Mishnah. What does it mean, Lo kapdan melamed? You know why a person who's kapdan can't teach? Because if he's getting angry, he's going to be forgetting and he can't teach the halachot. If you're teaching halakha, you have to know what the halachot. If you're giving a shiur, you have to know what you're saying.
And also, in a sense, when you are getting angry, when you teach, in a sense, it means that you're not confident enough about what you teach. So it's not about, you're not allowed to teach.
Sometimes it can be that. But according to what we're saying now, the reason why you can't be teaching is because you're getting angry. So you're teaching the wrong things. You're forgetting things. You're forgetting sometimes the main things. And it's all because of you getting angry. So someone who's getting angry, it's not for him to teach. He has to stay calm. Make sure you remember to teach. So I think this is a lesson. If you find yourself, you're forgetting too much. So you have to think, how much am I getting angry and how much am I forgetting? Maybe I'm forgetting because I'm getting angry too much. That's why I forget things. I forget to say things. I forget to do things. The anger is something which makes you use your Torah. So now, if you're thinking that, okay, if I get angry, I'll forget my Torah. Okay, it's not so bad if I forget my Torah. I don't mind forgetting my Torah. There's worse things to forget. Forget your car keys. It's more, it's worse than forgetting your Torah. But the Gemara says something much worse about getting angry. The Gemara says, Kol ha-koes, kol mine gehinam sholtin bo. What does that mean? Kol mine gehinam sholtin bo. all types of Gehinnom. Well,
yeah, like I think like basically like when you become like kind of obsessed with anger, basically it's not you. You are not yourself anymore.
Yeah.
Like you've been controlled by the anger. So it's like Satan nichnas becha.
Sholtin bo. They take over you. And exactly that. And that's what he said. The friend says, when he apologized after being angry, he said, listen, I didn't mean it. It wasn't me. God took over me. I lost it. And you see a person loses it, and sometimes it's irreversible, the damage done. When a person is angry ruins marriages. Anger, it ruins families, partnerships, businesses, friendships. It's destructive. It's destruction, anger could be. The University of Harvard, okay, not that I need to mention the scientific research about it, but for those people, if you need the backup from the science of Harvard, for me, this is the Torah is more authentic source than the University of Harvard. But just for those people who like to research it, you can look it up. Harvard University, they did an intense study on human character and the effects of the emotion on a person. They took a study of 1,300 men, 305 men, and they tested them for a period of 7 years. 7 years they did this research, and one of the things they tested is the effects on anger. How they'll be able to how they were able to control with their anger. And over a period of 7 years, they showed what developed in them. Now, they found out that after 7 years, 110 out of these 1,300, 110 of them had serious heart problems and heart disease. And they found out that people with these heart disease or heart problems, severe heart problems, they were all the people that had more difficulty controlling their anger. Which means that someone got angry, he actually damaged his own health. That was the maskana of Harvard.
That's also the definition of Rambam to briut. So when Rambam said briut, the bet and resh is bolem rogzo.
Bolem
rogzo.
Yamit.
What is it?
Bolem is break.
Yes.
In simple, your anger rogzo. Bolem rogzo.
Roges. From explaining. Roges rogzo, his anger. It's absolutely true. So it's also the Rambam says that a person shouldn't eat when he's angry. When a person's angry and he eats, he said that just messes up your whole system of health, and it doesn't digest properly when a person's angry. If you're angry, don't eat. Maybe take a drink, wait a bit, calm down, your service, and try not to get angry at all. But here you see a person tries to make you angry when you get angry, and he beats you twice. Because first of all, he makes you angry, and then he damages your health. So it's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your heart system. The Gehinnom is, what's the Gehinnom on this world? So a person, is very busy trying to progress himself. What do you mean? What do I mean by progress? You've got your different, things you want to do in life. You want to have a good marriage. You want to work on your marriage. You want to bring up your children in the right way, teach them the right things. You want to do the right things, looking after your health and yourself. You don't have time to get angry and get ill and worry about, your doctors and visits and blood tests. And a person doesn't have time for that. That's not what you're here for. You want to take care of that. That completely ruins a person's life. If someone has a health issue, especially with heart disease or blood pressure, that is kol minei gehinnom sholtin bo. Your life is taken away because of the gehinnom is sholtin bo. Because of a person's anger, how much it can ruin it. The Ari HaKadosh says that when a person gets angry, there's a tumah. How do I say tumah? There's impurity that comes over him. And there was tzaddikim, when they got angry, they used to go to the mikveh and be prepared. Every time they got angry, they said, okay, go to the mikveh. I have to come out clean, pure. There was tzaddikim who used to fast. When they got angry, in order to make the tikkun for the negative effects of the anger they had on themselves, spiritually and physically, they used to fast for 40 days. 40 days fasting because of one time being angry. That's how much anger can affect you. And then by the way, So I see it's getting very late, so we're just going to summarize now what we learned tonight. We did a lot tonight. There's nothing we will carry on next week. Just summarize what we learned today. Is there any questions before I end off? Gilad?
No.
No, we're good. Thank you very much.
Okay. So let's remember that a person, when he has a power with his mouth to create reality, a person should be careful to speak positive. Don't think negative. Think positive. Yeah, please God, I will do it. I will manage. I'll be able to succeed. Don't say I can't. That is the power of speech. We said that the power of neder, person don't profane your word. Look after what you're saying. Lo yachel davaro. Keep to your word. And then anything that you pray for will be able to be fulfilled. And that's how he explained Kol Nidrei. When a person in Kol Nidrei does the Tikkun for Nedarim, that's the whole day of Kippur. His whole prayer is completely different. And that's how a person, when he's looking after his mouthpiece, the Chafetz Chaim says that you have the biggest power tool. You are the power drill. You are the screwdriver, the electric that can have the tefillah that can go up. But if you are a boom and it's defected, then you need to ask the rabbi to pray for you. You need to ask a tzaddik to pray for you. The strongest power is a person's power himself. And that's Kechol Hashem Yitzeh Mipivian. And then we explained about Milchemet Midian. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu? Because of Bakarat Tov. How much you need to have Tov for somebody that needs to be punished, but if you need to have Bakarat Tov, don't do it. Send somebody else. Or like we saw Moshe Mitzrayim, even for things that was objects. If you have an object, you need to have it's broken. It good for you. Have Bakarat Tov. Klei Midian. Why did Elazar teach Klei Midian? Because Moshe forgot it because he got angry. Let's remember what we learned today about the negative effects of getting angry. That makes you lose and forget your Torah. Brings you to making mistakes. It can ruin a person even if he's doing the right thing. A person who gets angry can't teach because he's forgetting his learning. Look up Dan Melamed.
Look, it's literally about to die.
And affects your purity. So B'ezrat Hashem, we remember these lessons, hopefully to keep to our word, keep our promises, and B'ezrat Hashem, all our tefillot will be answered. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this year. Looking forward, B'ezrat Hashem, to next week. Shiur B'ezrat Hashem. Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chazak Baruch. Thank you very much.
Night.